Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. We're live in 5, 4, 3. Actually, we're live right now. Let's jump in and get started with our first tune here on Your Music Live, brought to you by our friends at DistroKid. This is our friend Bubba with a little tune called Big Middle. Let's take a listen. There you go. Bubba breaking the mold and making sure it gets a full song played. If you do your song between a minute and a half, that's about how much I play here on the show. So you tend to get more of your song played, right? Just a tip for those of you new to the show. Very, very cool there. Thank you, Bubba. The good thing is about getting to open the show is that you get your song played straight up front. The challenging thing is that everyone's saying g'day to each other, so we don't get quite as many comments about it. But was definitely a very cool little tune. As Dan says here, nice chords and phrases. Hello, Cactus Apprentice. Yeah, very nicely done. Nice and fresh sounding. I know when I first listened to that, you get to that middle part and it's like, yeah, it's called Big Middle for a reason, right? Yeah, very, very cool. Welcome to the show. If it's your first time here, that's what we do around here. We play tunes. We give them a spin. We got folks who are here live, like Dr. Zorders, like Andy Goldsby, like Rob, who are here and will provide feedback on your tune. If you're new to the show and you want to submit a song for a future show, you can chuck it up in the form that you can see right there. No, sorry. Let me try that again. You can put it in the form that is down in the description and in the comment below. That link is where you go if you want to check out our sponsor, which is DistroKid. If you've got music that you want to distribute to release to Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, and a bunch of other places, then you can use DistroKid. They are a very cool service, and for just $20, $19.99 per year, you can release unlimited amount of music, and you can save yourself 7% off using that very link right there. We're going to continue on here and play some more tunes because we have so many that we are not going to get through them all here today. And I know I say that all the time, but really, we've got more than 70 tunes here, and we normally get through 40, 50 on a good day, because I play a minute or two of each song. So let's, without further ado, jump in and get on to our next tune. I say without further ado, and then I take some further ado. And you know what? I normally save our penguin friend till later in the show, but I want to get after Bubba's tune there that's got us all a bit tapping along and hyped up. Let's go in with some Cubie the Penguin, shall we? So yes, you're going to have to get your penguin emojis ready early today because this is a tune from Cubie called My Song 16. We've all been there, right? Naming your song, My Song 16. So let's jump in and take a listen to Cubie the Penguin on Your Music Live. Bubba found the penguin just in time. Everything that that penguin puts out into the world is kind of cool, isn't it? It's really, really cool. And every time I play something, it just blows me away. And I thought, you know what? I need to wake up. I got my wake up juice here, my coffee, in my, of course, my Studio Life Today mug that I nearly just dropped on my keyboard. Yeah, I'm good to go there. But I did also need a little bit of penguin in my life, a little bit of Cubie the Penguin, to be precise. Yeah, I like the tempo. Love it. Love Cubie when he just kicks in there. He or she, we don't know. There's no gender to this penga. Joe Glenn, hope you're doing well. Loving it. Caron Lair. Yes, there you go. For a bird that cannot fly, it's always uplifting. Dudum-ch. I didn't know I'd need a rim shot here today, Guzzo. I like it. Very, very cool. Yeah. QB outdid himself with this one. Yeah, it's just all of the melodies that QB puts in there and all the beats and just everything works so well. Makes me want to play a futuristic racing game, says Jeff B. Yeah, I hear you. I hear that. Let's continue on here. Where I'm starting by I'm already out of order. I'm already in a kind of random order here, which is not ideal, but we'll get there. I'm getting used to the way that I'm doing this now. And by the way, if you want to check out the songs that we're playing here, jump down in the description and you'll be able to do exactly that. We've got all of them linked down below. I'm going to totally just jump around here a little bit and get a different kind of vibe here. Let's go over and check out someone who I've seen here in the chat already. And it is our friend Guzzo. And Guzzo says, hey Pete, this is another apocalyptic swamp song. Probably a bit long in the intro for this format. We'll give it a crack. So I hope people can go to the channel to watch the rest of it. Again, written and played on my 3 strings. Also, 2 of my sons join me in the vocals. Very, very cool. And let's bring this one up, shall we? This is our friend Guzzo of Oz, who I know is here in the chat. And it is a tune called Midnight's Calling. Let's give it a spin and take a listen here on Your Music Live. Now, as Guzzo himself said, you are going to need to jump over and check out Guzzo's channel for the full video and the full song, because it is very cool. But yeah, I know I could have played it from halfway through, but how good was that intro? Bit Midnight Oil in there, a little bit Ice House. I think there was sort of some melodic sort of callbacks there to some more familiar songs, and of course using the little 3-string guitars in there as well. So very, very cool indeed. Definitely go and check it out. And as Patrick says, whoop, I've missed your button. Bob Dylan, like, yeah, clever and different in a good way. Exactly. And that's it. You'll get all sorts of music on this show. Greg says intriguing, and as Dan says, great getting the family involved. Absolutely. Music brings people together, and if you can share music and share a love of music with others, then you're winning already. You're already ahead, right? All right, let's go. Let's go back. In fact, you know what? I'm going to jump over to this tune here. Again, we are out of order. I'm going to try and catch up. I'm doing some sort of early January stuff. I've then got a little bit of December to catch up on, and then we're going to get back onto the form and folks that have submitted a song. But again, fair warning that yeah, if you submit a song today, it's not going on today's show. I can guarantee you that because we have a full quota and then some. So yeah, but if you do want to submit for a future show, it just means you'll have to come back next week. And I'm considering doing a midweek show this week just because we need to catch up. We're getting too many really cool tunes. Now, I've played this band a couple of times in the last month through December and January, and it is our friend Brian Spalding and his band Flametal. So Brian says, "Hey Pete, my band Flametal performing a song created by Ben Woods called Master of the Air, which is a tribute and celebration to the return of the California condor from near extinction. I designed the electric guitar solo to audibly paint a picture of the swooping, soaring, flying actions of the condor in flight. If you dare go there at timestamp 2 minutes 17. What do you reckon? Do we jump ahead a little bit, 2 minutes 17? Should we take a plunge and do something we don't normally do and listen to the last minute of a tune instead of the first? Why don't we do this one from the 2 minute mark? Let's do it. Just a bit of fun. All right, here we go. Flametal on Your Music Live with a tune called Master of the Air. Let's take a listen live on Your Music Live.
One of the great skies of the rainland, with the salmon run free, and the eagle flew strong, the mountain and sea soul carry on. Are you master of the air? Master of the air. Watch close, and they disappear.
There you go. Who says I never play a guitar solo? Well, mostly because I never do. But I made an exception there. See, if you guide me, if you do what Brian did there and you give me the timestamp I should play it from, then yeah, we can sneak in the occasional guitar solo or two. Flametal, very cool name indeed. Flamenco and metal. Who thought it would work together? It does. It works together in a big, bad way. There you go. It does sound like, yeah, Avenged Sevenfold. Thank you. I was trying to think there's a band that has that sort of tone, those sort of guitar sounds. And it was like, yeah, it's Avenged Sevenfold, who I didn't know who they were until they were on the soundtrack of like the NHL some year video game. So yeah, a lot of the bands I know, what's the Night in the Afternoon band? I can't think of their name now. The one who did High High Hopes. Yeah, that band. I first discovered them on an NHL game, so it's pretty cool. And I'm there with you, Andy. It fries my little mind how guitarists do that. It was indeed awesome. Yeah, mixture of flamenco and metal. Again, stuff that shouldn't work, but you just try it, and it does. And how cool is that? So thank you, Brian, for sharing that. And again, if you want to check out Flametal and all the rest of their back catalogue, you can jump down in the description, because there we have linked all of the different tunes, including that one, and including the tune that we are about to play right here, right now, which is from our friend John Hogle. And John has a tune here, says, I made a super chill beat to celebrate 2021, which is the name of the song. So we're just going to jump in and take a listen to John's super chill beat and take a listen to it right now. So we're going to hit play and take a listen on Your Music Live. There you go. John delivers. Just noticed you're playing my song. Sure am, my friend. And that was very cool. They delivered exactly what it wanted. See, after the full on start that we had there with Bubba and Cubie, and then Guzzo sort of bringing us back with some sort of acoustic jams, we then had Flametal to put you up there, and then just to bring you back down and give you a little bit of a chill there. Very, very cool. Very nicely done, as Kyle TV says. I'm liking this is nice. Russ liking the nice full sound, liking the atmosphere in this one. And again, you've hacked the system. You've been able to jump in here and get your whole song played. Because if it's under a minute, it'll usually get played. Short and sweet. Absolutely. Very nice. Happy Ron. Hope you are doing well. Happy Ron. This is Happy Ron. Not Lucky Phil, but Happy Ron. Let's jump in and grab our next tune, shall we? Who will we go? Who was I going with? Yes, here's one this came through in December. Now, I did a cleanup. I did a big cleanup yesterday, and I found all the tunes that I'd somehow missed. And I got to apologise to this band and this tune because I missed it, and it's an absolute cracking tune. So we're going to listen to it now. So the email from a while ago said, "Good evening. This song was inspired to shine a light in a time where a lot of darkness is creating turmoil and division in the world." And this is from Champion Harvey. And we're going to take a listen to this tune. It's called Life's Meaning from Champion Harvey. I think you're going to dig this one. Let's take a listen here on Your Music Live.
I've noticed everyone seems to be confused. Everyone seems to be confused. Everyone seems to be confused. We lose focus, racing in search of our own truths or something new. When trouble hits on every side. Just know that there's some purpose to this life. In Christ. Looking all around the world, I see life changing. People looking for a reason and a meaning. Trying to find peace in the midst of every season. God gave him for a reason. That reason, life's meaning, love.
There you go. Champion Harvey with a very nice tune there. And again, I apologize that I missed that off. It was sent to me about 3 weeks ago, and it got lost in the email files, which is why I use the form now. If you do want to submit a song from now and in the future, I will only be accepting them in the form, because it just means that I can easily download them, throw them into my spreadsheet, and then we don't miss them like I did with Champion Harvey. But what a voice. Exactly, that voice. Brilliant done. And Greg's got a really good point. That pumping compression, normally pumping compression like that makes it sound a bit crappy, and it's not intentional, but that was definitely cool, definitely production, and yeah, very cool. Nice vocals. Josh Gates in the house, very professional sounding, like the undulating synth pad. Yeah, and did anyone else notice the I think it was like a quarter note or like a whole note delay at the end of one of those phrases, like it was really cool delay, really nicely produced, and very, very nice singing. And yeah, as Auntie G says, nice meaningful lyrics. Yeah, the song really does tell a story. You have to go back and listen to it in its entirety to get the full gist of it, and to enjoy it in its entirety there. Alrighty. Now, I have seen our friend here. This is, now, you did tell me how to pronounce it in the subject, and then I forgot to keep it there. Orco, AWCO, says, third submission, baby. Something more chill. Have a nice day. There you go. So we're bits mysterious here from our friend Orko, who I think I've seen in the chat here today. We will paste it in here. We will get ready to give it a spin. Looks like a SoundCloud link, meaning we have to pause SoundCloud before it gets too excited and starts playing. And we will jump in and take a listen to this one. This is called Zane Unveil. This is our buddy Orko, and we're going to listen to it live on Your Music Live. Very nice, very smooth. We're all over the place today, aren't we? But yeah, there you go. This hits in the cockles. This makes you feel warm in the cockles. You could have your coffee, baked bean or not, Gary Hubs, and enjoy that smooth beat. Sorry, I could have taken my sip of coffee while that was playing, but I chose to make you listen. Yeah, subtle highs in the background are dope, aren't they? Yeah, and the change up in that one where it just kicks in for that little bit. As Bubba says here, nice texture, and the beat and the production is cool. Unexpected from the intro, very cool indeed. And once again, this and all of the songs we play are down in the description. So don't worry, don't stress, don't stress yourselves. Don't feel cold in the cockles if if you aren't finding things, because they're right there and you can grab them. You can grab them. Speaking of grabbing things, I'm going to grab this tune. We're going to jump over to the forum for a bit, and then we will get all the emails caught up so that Pete can mop things up and feel better about himself and stop worrying so much that he's so far behind. But let's jump in, because Russ is someone who we have played on the show, who is a great supporter of the channel, who is always around here. I've left his name on the screen there for a reason. We're going to play a tune from Russ. Now, this one is super cool. I know everything Russ does is super cool, but this one is super, super cool. And this is called Tron, the Renegade User. And we're going to take a little listen to it here on Your Music Live. Let's take a listen. Cool indeed. Love it. Love the beat. A hard hitter indeed. Is that called like Tron Discs of something? It might be the name of the song, is it? There's an old school game, okay, Tron the Renegade User. But I'm sure there was a Tron game that I used to play on like the Commodore 64 or something that looked just like that. Yeah, remember Tron? It's back, and it's got a powerful tune there from Russ, who is bringing it, bringing the cool noise there. So thank you very much for sharing. Yeah, Chiron says that was a weird way of saying that. I was waiting for a bass, and you didn't disappoint. Yes, I feel as if I'm in a trance of the 80s. so many layers of synth goodness. Yeah, and if you want to check out again the full song and the full song of every tune that we play here today, it will be linked down in the description, including the next tune that we're about to play now. This is the oldest tune. This is from the 19th of December, and again, I don't know how these have slipped through, but our friend Gary Ventura says, I wrote and recorded this to put in a car commercial back in 2001. Letting You Go was the first track where I played all the instruments and produced the entire thing myself. I write the lyrics in the middle of the recording when a young lady broke my heart, and it's still one of my faves. Yes, unfortunately, breakups. We've got a few breakup songs today, so they are a theme of music, because you write music when you're happy and celebrating, and you write music when you're really not. All right. So let's jump in and take a listen to this one. This is from Roland, and this is Letting You Go from the album Inner View, and we're going to listen to it live on Your Music Live. Some of those tunes I just hate turning down. Yeah, a bit of Dave Grohl, The Colts, The Killers ripped you off. Yeah, this is 2001. The Killers totally ripped it off. And Guzzo's saying nice vocals. I was meant to say this about your tune, Guzzo, but I miss a long guitar-driven intro. Like, so few songs have nice long guitar-driven intros these days. Yeah, the mix does really draw you in. It feels a little thin, but I mean, it's probably from 2001, so it's 20 years old. Feels a little thin at the start, but then it kicks in, and it's just got that garage band style that actually works really well. As Bubba says, nothing like a three-piece. Bit 80s Brit alt-rock. Andy likes the chord progression. Thank you, Andy, by the way. Andy is my newest patron over at patreon.com/PeteJohns, and he, like many of you, helps keep the lights on, because I'll do the joke. This is what it looks like without your support. Not so good, yeah? So because of the support that you folks give me over on Patreon, as well as the super chats you drop here in the live shows, the donations you send, honestly, you are all super duper kind. And just watching this show or subscribing to the channel or hitting the big thumbs up, all of these things. You don't have to pay me to help me. You can help me for free and check out our wonderful sponsors like DistroKid. In fact, we'll talk about DistroKid after the next tune. because we're going to play one more, and then, as I say, we will jump in and have a chat about our friends at DistroKid. And I wanted to play something from someone who we've heard quite a few times here. It is our friend Josh Gates. And Josh, I think I've seen you here in the chat. Josh creates some amazing music. I've had him here on the channel. We've had him. We had an interview as part of my creator series, and he shared a lot of cool information about how he creates his music in GarageBand, and he does a fantastic job. So we're going to listen to Josh's latest tune. It's a little tune called Rescue Me, and when we come back after this one, we'll have a little chat about DistroKid in case you are new to releasing your music online. But for now, let's take a listen to Josh Gates with Rescue Me on Your Music Live.
It seems harder and harder each and every day. When I fall farther and farther, it's hard to keep the faith. And the things that they say, I push it away. They try to lead me astray. I remember your words, all the things that I heard. You won't leave me this way. You're out here fighting my battles. In your sight, my enemies flee. When I am lost in the shadows, you are here to rescue me. The days grow darker and darker. So many have lost their way.
REM with Kahunas, right? Very, very cool indeed. Yes, there he is. I thought I saw Josh here in the chat. No, thank you for submitting your tune. It is amazing, and all of Josh's music is at that same quality level. And I know, Andy, the quality tonight, how good is it? Everyone is just bringing the awesome. It reminds me of the band Fuel. Yeah, remember Fuel? I actually love playing their song Shimmer. Really cool song. But yeah, you're right. It does sound a bit like that. Scott saying, very cool track, Josh. Loved your EP and need to listen again. Yeah, go check out Josh's music because, and this is a non-deliberate segue, but Josh releases his music online. And now, Josh, I'm not sure if you use DistroKid. I won't put words into your mouth. But Josh does release his music online, and you can go and check out on all the streaming platforms. And look, that is one of the benefits of releasing your music with someone like our sponsor of this show, DistroKid. It just means that when you get your music out there on Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, Deezer, Google Play, YouTube Music, it just simply doesn't matter where people are. All you need to say is your name. So if you want to find Josh Gates' music, all you need to do is search Josh Gates on any platform, and boom, up will pop his EP, his albums, his singles, everything that he's released. So that is very, very cool. And I thought I'd show you a feature of DistroKid this week, because every week we do a little feature topic just to show you something cool about DistroKid. Now, music promotion is something that's come up a lot lately. Being able to promote your music. As you can see here, I've released a ton of music using DistroKid because, hey, if you pay a subscription fee per year, you might as well release all the music you want, right? But we've got some cool promotion tools in here, and I've actually noticed a few people using these. So last week I showed you the mini videos, and I noticed that the Indigo Sunset used one of the video functions and features we have here. But one thing that I thought was pretty cool is we also have these promo cards. Now, if you have got a song coming up that you're going to release, you'd probably be aware if you're trying to promote it on something like Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, it's really hard to do because as soon as you try and link away to somewhere, then it really pushes your promo down in the algorithm. You won't get any love. But if you use something native to the platform, like a picture, then it's actually going to push that in front of other people. And these promo cards are a cool way to do that. because you can make a very cool looking promo card with some information about your track without actually sharing the track itself. It's very cool. If I come in here and choose one of my songs, let's grab Imagination, and all you do is hit the generate promo cards and check this out. It gives you all of these, very cool, and they're formatted to either be square or in 9x16. So you can see you can use them in an Instagram story. You can use them in regular Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, wherever you like. You can crop them down to be square, or you can leave them the full length. And how cool do these look? Like, I just love that sort of anamorphic album cover look of that one. You got some more designs down here. That's pretty cool. That would be cool if you had like a retro single that you wanted to push out there, the TV one. But these are all free. So all I need to do is, if I want to grab one of these, let's say I want the Billboard one, because that looks kind of cool. All I need to do is click it, and look at that. It downloads a JPEG for me. And I've got that JPEG to use on any of my songs, on any platform that I want to share my music. So there you go. There's just one more way that our friends at DistroKid bring the awesome. So they don't just release your music. They give you a whole bunch of other cool and free, often free tools to get your music out and about. And as Jade's saying here, if you sign up using the link that you have up there, then they will give you 7% discount off your first year. So there you go. There you go. Kyron says, yeah, I use those. Yeah, very, very cool. Very cool to share your stuff. And again, because as soon as you start linking away, it's not going to work. I know you want people to listen to your tune, but you kind of need to generate that, show them the album cover, tell them that they can go and check it out on all those platforms, and that way people can actually go and check out your music. They'll go, Pete's on Spotify, and it's got a song called Imagination, and that's the album cover. Then when they go to Spotify, they search Pete Johns, they see that album cover come up, they hopefully will tap it, click it, love it, do whatever they want to do. So that is our sponsors, DistroKid, and we do thank them for helping us out here on the channel. Let's jump into our next tune, and it is from our friend Deep Gravity. And our buddy Cam says, my latest submission for YML. Unfortunately, this made a few people cut the old onions, as it tells a little of my daily struggle. But there's no glaring cat in this one. Yeah, if you know Deep Gravity's last tune, he had a video with a creepy cat that was looking at us, and it was not cool. So no cat in this one around, but this is a tune. It is called Home, and is from our friend Deep Gravity, and we're going to listen to it live here on Your Music Live.
Wish I were with you, I couldn't stay. Every direction leads me away. Pray for tomorrow, but for today. To be home. Look in the mirror, you look the same. Just looking for shelter, the cold and the pain.
I know, once again, there are some songs that you just don't want to turn down. But you know what? You just need to go and watch the whole song, and definitely follow Cam, Deep Gravity, over on YouTube. It is linked down in the description, like all of the other tunes that we'll be playing here today. But very nicely done. Love the piano, love the vocals, love the feel. You can't fake that sort of feeling, right? Like that's something that you can't, you can't manufacture that, no matter how hard you try. As Auntie G says, this is real, and that's what music is all about. love it. Music is indeed so powerful. Lovely, heartfelt song. Yeah, too many superlatives coming in for our friend Cam. So well done, Cam, and representing. We've had two Australian tracks was it maybe three? But anyway, folks in Australia doing our thing down under, because we come from a land down under. But very nicely done, and thank you for sharing. For those who don't know, Cam was someone who was nervous to share his first song and nervous to start creating music. And it's an absolute testament to the fact that the way to do it is to just keep creating. Just keep going. Just keep learning. Keep trying new things. You will improve over time, and you'll get to the point where your confidence level grows, where your quality of the music you're producing grows, and that's the stuff that needs to exist in the world. If that song didn't exist in the world, if Cam didn't have the guts to do what he's doing, that song wouldn't exist in the world. So yeah, do your thing. Get out there and create music, because you will regret it if you don't. Let's grab our next tune now. Again, we're doing catch up here. This one also came through from back in December, but it's a very, very cool tune. It's from Metanoia, and it's a tune called The Perfect Frame, and we've got the official lyric video here that we're going to play. So let's jump in and give this one a listen. If I hit the right button, there you go. We'll take a listen to this one, Metanoia, This Perfect Frame, and we're going to listen to it live on your Music Live. Very cool. I do love a vibe like that. That kicking along beat, as Josh says. Yeah, good melody. Yeah, just I love a female vocal over that sort of music. Like a lot of the bands that I listened to back in the 90s had that sort of vibe. So I'm thinking Veruca Salt, the Super Jesus here in Australia, Lash. Like, there's just something cool about that whole, I guess, sort of. But just, yeah, exactly. I love it. Great voice. Toe tapping. Absolutely. Another, I've pressed the wrong button. I was about to say it's a bit muffled, then I realized that it was done on purpose. Very cool. Yeah, pretty darn great. The variety and quality. Oh no, we got variety up the wazoo around here, Guzzo. Dan Ekberg, palm muting away, doing its things. Great song, great vocals. Absolutely. Doing good things. Yeah, thank you for sharing, and thank you for being yet another incredible song on YML. I know it gets a bit boring after a while, doesn't it? When you have to just say another awesome song. Okay, I guess I'll play another awesome song. But it's very, very cool, and you should check out Metanoia, because they make some good tunes. Jump on over and do that. Let's grab our next tune here, speaking of good tunes. And hello, if you are new, in fact, let's do that. If you're new, it's the first time that you've ever seen this show, and you're wondering what the premise is, very simple. You fill in the form that's linked down in the description or the comments. You give me a link to a track. You give me 1 or 2 sentences about it and tell me who you are. And then it goes into the pile. And then each week I sort through that pile and we play a bunch of tunes. We can't play every song, and we can't play every song in the week it's sent, but Now that I have the form, I've got a plethora and a lovely selection there of tunes, and we will get to them all eventually. So speaking of which, we're going to get to this tune here. It says, "Hey bro, it's me, DJ Delirio. I just finished the song and would wonder if it would be on your music lives. There is a lot of songs in the queue, but it would be cool if you could think of it." See, there you go. That's how you respectfully submit a song to your music live, right? Absolutely. You say, "Hey, I know you got lots of songs, Pete. I'm happy to wait my turn." And our friend here has been waiting, DJ Delirio, for quite a while, because this one came through in December. So we've had a couple of weeks, and we're going to jump in and give this one a play. So this is High Tides, Flower, DJ Delirio, and we're going to listen to it on your music live. Man, you got to dig that double drop. Like, you had the first sort of fake out drop, and then you have the real drop afterwards. Very, very cool, isn't it? Yeah, happy vibes. It's very cool. Very much a party time kind of tune. I agree. Yeah, absolutely. Very nicely done there, DJ Delirio. And yes, if you want to check out the full version of that song and tick along to it for a bit longer, feel free to. Body Rockin' Indeed, Gary Hubs. Jump down the description. All of the songs that we play here are in their entirety. Going places indeed. And a very nice drop. Yeah. Isn't it weird that it's penguinish? We're like, hey, that has a Cubie the Penguin sound. Like, that's something that you can only really say in this community, because if you say that out and about, it's like, oh yeah, it's got a bit of a, I can't put my, oh yeah, it's a bit of a Cubie the Penguin kind of sound. People just look at you very strangely. The drop deek. Oh, Gary Hubs. Everything is hockey, right? Yeah, okay, not much is hockey. Did you see the Rangers play yesterday? Whew, got lit up by the Islanders, and we have to play them 8 times this year. Jeebus. Anyway, let's come in and grab our next tune. How are we going for time? We're 50 minutes in. The show will be a bit over 2 hours today. I'm going to try and get as many tunes as we possibly can in here, and so we may be here a little while. Alrighty. Excuse me. This one's from the Rockin' Upbeat Express. Says, this is a follow-up to an email music submission. Here's a YouTube link for the video you requested. Oh, I requested a video. Ah, yeah, I think someone sent me a file, which I did play for a while there, but I'm only playing links now because it gives at least a bit of visualization. If it's just a file, it's just me sitting there going like this. Yeah, so we actually want a video or a SoundCloud link. Anyway, this is a tune called That's a Rap. And it's not what you think, or maybe it is, I don't know, but it's a very, very cool tune. We're going to play this one here. It is from our friend, the Rockin' Upbeat Express, which is a very cool name for a group or an artist. And as Jade's saying here, Penguin is now a genre. Sounds like the Pens. Yeah, exactly, Tom. But at least Sidney Crosby's sort of starting to show that he's going to back to his old form. Anyway, we're not talking hockey. We're here to talk about this tune. That's a Rap from our friends, the Rockin' Upbeat Express. Let's take a listen live on your Music Live.
It's a wonderful day. Clouds and rain, a dreary day. Hail from hell ups in his way. What makes it wonderful that day? As I escaped and got away from the captors and the demons had me bound. So if you find your inner strength, I suggest you break away. And this is just a glimpse of how I feel. And that's a wrap. I've seen so many souls been saved, trying to help them on their way. I'm no hero, I can say. But what's so troubling today is how so many fall to prey, raptured in this world, caught up, snared and bound. It's time to finally break away, drive your demons in the grave. And this is just a glimpse of how I feel. And that's a wrap.
You are going to be walking around like I was last night, just going, that's a wrap. And then going, why am I saying that? Why do I keep doing that? Very, very cool indeed. Very groovy. I know, just you had a very cool mix of genres in there. Like it had sort of the beat going behind it, and then it kicked in with something sort of a bit more folksy. And then, yeah, it almost sort of had almost like a reggae beat that bounced in there in the chorus. Very cool. Thank you. All the way from Morocco. Yeah, that was unexpected, right? That's a rap. When I first saw it, I'm like, oh, is this going to be a rap tune? No, it was about exactly the opposite of a rap tune. Very, very done. And yeah, really well played bass. And that's a rap, but it's not a rap. We're going to play a bunch more tunes here. Yeah, very, very nicely done. Swing tease, as Bubba says. Auntie G is driving along with the music loud and digging it. Never thought about people listening to your music live while you're driving. Yeah, that'd be better than the radio, right? Better music than what you hear on a pop music station these days. If I do say so myself. So there you go. That was our friend, the Rockin' Upbeat Express. And that's a wrap. But as I said, it is not a wrap for the show. We've got a bunch more to get through here. I say get through, as if it's a bad thing. I'm going to jump over to the form here and grab a couple of tunes from here, because there were a couple that I wanted to make sure we got into the front half of the tune. And you know what? We haven't heard from someone for a few weeks, and I want to hear from our friend, Happy Ron, because we need to be happy. We need some happiness in the world. And you know who brings the happy? It's our friend, Happy Ron. So we'll jump in and grab a listen to this track. So Ron, what did you say to me? You said, when starting to date again at an older age, I got lots of good advice and bad advice. This is about the bad advice, and it's called What Players Do, and it's our friend Happy Ron. Let's jump over and take a listen, shall we? We don't want to go to the next autoplay. There we go. Look at that. Cool artwork. You know you're going to get a bit of a country vibe. Happy Ron here on Your Music Live.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Thank you, hippie. Peace, my friend.
My friends say walk away from you, 'cause that's what players do. They say it will make me cool. I say they're all fools. 'Cause why would I wanna be anywhere but here? Only place I gotta be is with you. I'm supposed to treat you bad, 'cause that's what players do. You love me more if I make you sad. I think that's just cruel. 'Cause haters love to hate, but lovers love to love. I know it'll be great with you. This is true. Take it, Paul.
So apparently not only do I turn down lead guitar solos, I turn down double bass guitar. No, not guitar, double bass solos. Happy Ron delivers as always. Absolutely. Bouncy, happy feel. Shiny, happy people bouncing around to Happy Ron. Love it. Lovers love to love. Love to love you, baby. Cam is in the house. Cam, we heard that you're out camping, you're out bush, so you did miss your tune, but everyone dug it. Yeah, the double bass solo. How cool was the double bass solo? Yeah, love the simplicity. Love Happy Ron's unmistakable voice. Absolutely, Happy Ron for the absolute win. Now, did I put that in? I haven't. I haven't highlighted it here in my spreadsheet, so I better do that and throw this in here. Happy Ron with what players do. Very cool premise, Ron. Thank you. Thank you for your contributions, and thank you for being here, and thank you everyone for being here on the show. Let's come in here and find, shall we, our next tune, because I'm leaving Mark Cronk's name up there because we've got an email here from Kronk Songs, and it says, "Hi Pete, hope you're well. I am. I'm exceptionally well. I sent via your new form this song recently, but I've since done a video for it, so I thought I would send a YouTube link just in case you're also thinking of playing my song Smile, so I shouldn't resend the same song." Okay, so I don't think we've played this one, Mark, but we're going to give it a spin. If we have, oh well, too bad. I'm just making sure we mark it off, and then it means it's another one I can mark off the list as well. So we'll give this one a spin, and I'll check the list that is on the form. I know what I'm saying. Other people may not, but that's okay. Let's jump over here. Let's check out this one from Mark, and it is Mark Lovell. It is a tune called Smile, and I turned up the reverb instead of the volume. That's not what you want. Let's jump in and take a listen to this one. Mark Lovell, Smile, on Your Music Live.
Day is a good day, 'cause yesterday is one to forget, Could it be a turning point, a new beginning? Could it be a turning point, a new beginning? Everything seems better when the sun is in the sky. It puts a smile back on my face. Yeah, yeah. Oh. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah. Oh. Yeah, 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 yeah. I see things much clearer now. The clouds have moved away. The heat, it warms my pale skin, and I feel A-okay. Everything seems better when the sun is in the skies. It puts a smile back on my face. Everything seems better when
Very cool. That's it's got a bit of an 80s, 90s rock vibe, a little bit like some of the Cure's more upbeat, peppy stuff. Yeah, just really nice, really well produced, good visuals, as folks are saying, and as Bubba says, those guitars, yeah, all round cool. Exactly, a summertime jam, which makes sense for me over here in Australia because we are in the middle of summer. If you are shoveling snow or if you are experiencing flurries, then, sorry, I learnt the word flurry this week. I know that sounds ridiculous for those that live in winter climates, but not to get off, because that was an awesome song, by the way. Thank you, Mark. Kronk song. Check it out in the description. You'll be able to listen to the whole one. Yeah, I dig it. I love the 80s vibe. Joe loves it. Yeah, very, very cool. Great video and great song, and the art absolutely is on point. I hope that doesn't happen to my head. That looks painful. Great road trip song. I agree. But yeah, so I was talking to someone who was in New England yesterday, where the weather's probably not like it is here in Australia, and they said, "Oh yeah, it's flurrying outside." And I had to admit to her, I said, "I only know the word flurry from the movie Frozen." And then she's like, "Oh, so you don't have flurries?" I'm like, "No, we don't have winter. We don't have snow in Australia, so we don't know what a flurry is." But yeah, she's like, like McFlurry? And I went, "Oh, I had no idea that the McFlurry was based on the word flurry, which is an actual weather thing." I thought it was just like, it's a funny word, the McFlurry. And then, yeah, and then she was freaking out. She's like, I never thought of the word flurry being weird before. I'm like, well, what can I tell you? It's weird. Alrighty, let's continue on here. We'll grab our next tune, and yeah, let's go with this one. So this is from Serial Vlogs, and says, this is off my new EP, Rough Drafts. I hope you can check it out. Well, you know what? We're going to check it out. We're going to check it out right now here on the show. So we'll bring this one up. It's a Slaps link. You know I love me some Slaps. Slaps is the online social sharing platform from our friends at DistroKid. It's like SoundCloud, back when SoundCloud used to be cool. Yeah, there you go. The floaty snow is apparently what Flurry is. Yeah, or Marc-Andre Fleury. Marc-Andre Fleury. Flurry. All right. What does he get? He gets called Flower a lot. Anyway, let's jump in here and take a listen to this modern retro with Rough Drafts, modern retro. Let's take a listen here on Your Music Live. Very cool indeed. What a nice little jam. Modern retro rough drafts there. And again, a minute and a half and I still didn't play the whole thing, right? Yeah, easy going, exactly. Just very nice, chilled, relaxed, atmospheric. I like it. It slaps hard. Well, see, that's the thing. Can it something slap hard when it's a nice, soft chill? I don't know. But yeah, a very cool lesson in sampling. And I too thought that it was very cool and dug it in a big, bad way. We are at the halfway point here in the show. And you know what that means. When we hit the halfway point of the show, it means it's time for our patented toilet break. So we are going to jump in and play a toilet break song. Now, the origin of the toilet break is that there used to be a late night show here in Australia called The Late Show, and every week they would play at the halfway point a song from an old show called Potluck, which was like a talent show for people that kind of had no talent. So I thought we would play some, instead of that, we would actually, usually what we do is play a Jade Star song, because Jade Star does have talent. So unlike the participants in that talent show, and Jade sent me a cover this week. It's a GarageBand project. So this is a great one because this shows what you can do in GarageBand, and it is a Faith No More cover of the song RV, which is a very cool Faith No More song, and Jade shows how she created this here in GarageBand. So I'm going to duck out for a quick comfort stop, but I'm going to leave you in the safe, trusting hands of Jade Star, and as Jade says, back in the toilet, back in the toilet break. It's an honourable position. Tom got to be in there. Tom guest starred in the toilet break last week, but this week we are back to Jade. But don't go anywhere, because we got another hour and we got a second half that is going to, if anything, rival and challenge how awesome the first half was. So let's take a quick break and take a listen to Jade Star with RV on Your Music Live. How cool is that? Yes, Jade Star with her cover of RV. Very cool indeed. Yeah, a lot of folks saying that everything good about that. So yeah, love it. Love the chorus. Amazing stuff. Patrick Chandler liking it. I don't know what you're talking about there, but that's okay. So many different things happening, I know. And how good is it that that's what you can produce in right there in GarageBand? Like, again, blows me away when I see what some people and another one of the many facets of Jade. Absolutely. Jade, not just a colour. Sorry, I came back and I'm puffing because last week, because I do the toilet break every week, and last week I went out and took care of business and then came back in, and one of my daughters said, "Oh, Dad, you come out for a break, you never say hello." So I'm like, "All right, this week I am." So I had to go, I had to fill up my water bottle, I had to take care of business, and then I ran out to the lounge room and I hugged both my children, and then I ran back again. So there you go. I've had some hugs, so I'm ready. I'm mentally and emotionally ready for the second half, our big second half that we're going to kick into right here, right now. Let's kick off with the Broadway Brothers, because that just sounds too intriguing not to play, right? The Broadway Brothers says, "The last song I sent won't work outside of Christmas." That's right, we did hear about them at Christmas time. So here's this one instead. It was written for a friend who does live streams. So we tried to make it sound really good behind video games without actually being a video game song. That's intriguing. This sounds really interesting. So let's jump over here and take a listen to this one. It is a Broadway Brothers setting up the console. We've all been there, right? Everyone's been there setting up a console. Let's take a listen to this one live here on Your Music Live. Very nice. Very chill vibe. Yeah, would I play that setting up a console? I don't know. I haven't set up a console in so long. Oh yeah, this tune needs some Barry White sample. Let's see if we can do that. You know, baby, sometimes I just feel like I want to get to know you a little better. And when I do, I play a song just like this. A little something like that. Oh, very cool indeed. Thank you so much for sharing. Sorry, I did that before to people's tunes, and then I promised that I would stop. I'd stop trying to sing or rap over people's hard work and instrumental music. But then I just did anyway. Alrighty, let's continue on here. I'm going back. I'm going to catch up on these last few emails, and then we'll be 100% over into the form. So I'm looking forward to that, so that I can work off of one list for a while. So we'll grab this tune here. This looks like, I've hit the email button. We don't want to do that. No, I don't want to send them an email. That's fine. Maybe I should. I should probably send people emails that they're actually going to be on the show, shouldn't I? But that would ruin the surprise. Just go with it, Jason. All right, this is Corbin, and this is a tune called Drop. And I don't know if it's got a drop in it. You're just going to have to listen and find out for yourselves. Whoop, I've got rid of myself entirely. We want that one. That's a better one. Let's take a listen to Corbin with Drop here on Your Music Live. baby. You know something? Sorry. Man, that tune's got it going on, right? Yeah, sorry, I honestly couldn't help myself. But yeah, very cool. Love the intro, and there it was. There goes a drop. Did have a nice drop in there, and there was something about that. I think someone said the arpeggiators, the arpeggiated sounds in there, just complemented the beautiful bass and the tones so nicely. Very cool. And again, apologies, Corbin, that's been sitting in the email list for a while. Like I said, we're going to get much better and more streamlined now that we've brought everything over into one platform. So if you are looking to share a song in the future, please use the form. The form is linked in the chat here. It's linked in the description. It's everywhere, man. Or you can just go to studiolivetoday.com/YML. Sion in the house, very much a bop, like the drop, very much a bop, love the drop, very much a bop, love the drop, very much a bop. Let's continue on here, because Pete's losing his ever-loving mind. People are like, you should do 3-hour or 4-hour shows and just catch up on all the songs. This is me at 1 hour 15. I've almost lost my mind entirely. Just wait till you get to the 2-hour mark, and then ask yourself again whether you really want me to be doing any more. All right. Hey, Pete. How are you, man? I'm good. Thanks for asking. I don't really have much to say about my song other than I just felt like submitting it because I really wish one day to be recognized. Anyways, I hope you had a great New Year's Eve. I did. And may have a great day and New Year. Thank you, Andy. This is how long ago this was. This was sent the day after New Year's, which is why he's wishing me a Happy New Year. He's not just a weird dude who likes to wish Happy New Year in middle of January, because there's people like that, right? So let's come in here and take a listen to this tune. This is AD with an untitled ditty, untitled number 59. Let's give it a play. Oh yeah. I got to turn that beat down before I start doing some hey girl. I don't know where the whole "Hey Girl" thing came from. I apologize. I'm taking away from what the cool people are doing. Yeah, a very nice hip hop beat. Like it definitely would sit nicely as background tunes, or it would be great for someone to like rap over or have some like melodic vocals over the top. I need to lower the lights. You know what? I even do lower the lights and grab some candles. This is where having like the dimmer switch here on the lights comes in handy. Well, let's just turn down the lights a little and no, that's creepy. Stop it. Turn it back up. Oh, yeah, very cool. Mark's in the house. Hello, Mark. Hope you're doing well. Mark says fits well with the little melody over the top. Absolutely. The snare and the record crackle really warms my cockles. I agree, Kim. Nothing like some crackle in your cockles. Yeah. Love the B3 organ in there, like right over the top. Very cool. There you go. This is why music is brilliant. This is why music is awesome, because it's subjective. Because you've had Kim says record crackle for the win, Russ says record crackle for the lose, and SM Borthwick digging the lo-fi beat. Alrighty, we got two more songs on the email list, and then we'll jump over to the other list. So let's grab this one first. This is from Statistic. I'm going with Statistic. It's a cool name anyway. One of those hard to spell, hard to say names. Let's jump in and take a listen to this one. This is called Tanglewood Part 1. It is Statistic, and we're going to take a listen to it live here on Your Music Live. There's something about the tunes at the moment that just make me want to do things over the top of them. Like this one needs a bit of this, right? I am just a lousy man, never had a plan at all. You were there beside me, every step along the way. Like, don't you reckon it's got like, a lot of people have said Tool. You could totally hear Maynard doing a and then going up the other, a bit like Sober by Tool. Yeah, anyway, that's what I get from that. But yeah, how cool are the visuals? Except, although that one's a little bit, what are those things? The warnings that you get on game consoles for flashing lights. Yeah, that one's probably got a bit of that going on. We'll move that. But yeah, the drums, the guitars, really solid stuff. Absolutely. And Bubba, of course, is digging it on a technical level. There's appreciation, and then there's Bubba appreciation, where he's just like the inverted sixth chord, right? Yeah, exactly. It's like when I listen to who's the dude? Smart dude. Smart YouTube grey-haired dude that knows a lot of stuff. Rick Beato. Like when I listen to Rick Beato and I'm like, man, Rick Beato knows more about one song than I know about all music. Like all music theory. All right, you want to know what? We got one more song here in the list. Well, not for today. We're then going to jump over to our form submission songs. But this one, and I've seen Red. This is hi Pete. It's Red from YouTube, and I've seen you here in the chat today. Not saying that I'm a famous, but just a friendly name. Hope you're doing well. I am. I finally got around to grabbing my old SoundCloud demo I updated from 10 years ago. The track is based on the word hypocrite that me and a girl I was seeing, now one of my closest friends, liked to use, and notice how many people were really hypocrites. I'm going to come in here and play the song. You've given me a whole bunch more information, but I want to hear the tune. So let's jump on over. We've got a SoundCloud link, which means we have to hit stop and throw this one up here. So this is Hypocrite, first recorded demo from Red. Please call me Red. Let's take a listen here on Your Music Live. Very nicely done. Once again, how good are guitars? And once again, Pete making comments that are very, very obvious. Hands up who likes guitars? Yeah, sorry. I dig it. Very nicely done. Very cool tune. Punkster P in the house. Hello to you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Gary Hubbs having some fun there. I think Gary Hubbs has more fun in these shows than I do, which is hard to do. But yeah, that's just Gary for you. That's Gaza for you. Gaza, you know, he's right on the money. Seriously, he puts it on the spot. And you know, with his right arm over the wicket in swinging Yorkers, he does a great job. Guitars do indeed rock. They do. Who's new to the show? Is it your first week? Let us know. Put hashtag and new NEW in the chat here. If you are new to the show, if you've never watched this show before, if you don't know who I am and who these people are and what's going on, let me explain a little bit about the show. It's called Your Music Live. It's brought to you by our friends at DistroKid. So DistroKid is a music distributor. If you've got music, if you're an independent artist, for less than $20 a year, you can release an unlimited number of songs to Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, Google Play, YouTube, you name it. You can get your stuff out there. And if you use that link, you'll save yourself 7% off your first year. We got some new folks jumping in here. I'm sure all the regulars will say g'day to you. R.I.P. George is here. They are new. If there's any new folks and you want me to throw yourself up on the screen, this is your chance. to say g'day and tell us that you are new. Robert Ruiz is also new. And by the way, if you want to submit a song if you're new, then there is a form link down in the description. You can do exactly that. And you won't be played today because we have a full and then some list, but we're here every week for 2 hours and we play tunes. And wonderful folks like Punks to P is here most weeks and is supporting me because they help keep the lights on. Let's do the joke. This is what I look like without your support. But as with people that are cool, that donate to the channel like Punks to P has just done, we look like this. And that's a better look, right? Some would say not. But we're going to go with it. That's a better look. Alrighty, let's jump in and get to it. We can now get over. I've highlighted all on that tab of my spreadsheet. It was weird. I was tapping into my corporate past by checking out some of the tunes, by checking out tunes, by using Excel. I really had a flashback because I'm like creating a table here and then I'm using formulas and I'm just like, oh man, I left the corporate world so I didn't have to deal with this, but it's cool anyway. Let's jump in to check out. Now this is someone who is a very cool YouTube creator, very cool singer, songwriter, music producer in her own right, and this is someone by the name of Josephine Desmet. If you haven't checked out Josephine's channel, you should. I will link this song and a link to her channel down in the description, like I do with every other tune. And yes, I did tell you that this was a breakup heavy set of songs, and this is no exception. This is called Angry Breakup Song. It is what it is. Let's jump in here. Josephine Desmet with Angry Breakup Song here on Your Music Live.
Just a little mistake that I can't erase. I was forsaken, left and read. Not an open book. Boy, I got you hooked at the taste of the tip of my mystery. Keep me concealed and I promise I'll make up for all the times that you chained me down. Have a good live at me and I promise you it's the last one that you'll experience. Do you miss me now? Swear I hear you crying in your sleep at decisions why? But you never said it to my face. So you happy now? Can the voices tell you otherwise? One day I will die. Then you won't be the last I see. Don't leave your thoughts unsaid. It's not up to me to guess everything that you expect from me. Even if I knew, let's be honest, I would be submissive as long as it's right for me. We, my victim, won't forgive you. Figure out where we need to be. It's not up to me to make this right.
I agree, Russ. I would not want to be Josephine's ex and the subject of this song. Brilliant stuff. Josephine knows her stuff. She knows how to produce really cool music. Excellent singer, excellent producer, and really, really entertaining too. She does live streams similar to what I do here, but yeah, she's just such a cool person and tells it like it is. And as you can probably tell from that video, yeah, doesn't mince her words, and that is very, very cool. So a great tune, a cool video, and yeah, the feels that you get in there. Like we were listening to Cam's song before, yeah, the feeling that you get from something like that, just listening to it, it's like, wow, yeah, very well put together. And the time signature in that, I'm a sucker for a 6/8 song, and you don't hear too many sort of pop song that I wouldn't even call that a pop song, but you don't hear too many songs like that are in 6/8 time. That dun, 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 dun. It's just so cool. Yeah, singing phenomenal. You need to go back and check that out. Just go back and watch it and subscribe to Josephine's channel because she's all sorts of cool. Righty go, okay. Let's continue on here. How do I send a song? The instructions are in the description, right there, and in the chat. So the comment that's pinned at the top of the chat, the instructions are down there. There's a bunch of ways that you can get your songs submitted. Alrighty. Let's continue on and find another tune. So we've got one here. This is a cover song. It is a version of a song that already exists. Soon I will make my own music. That is cool. Let's grab this one. This is from Eve, and I think I've seen you in the chat here. I think you were asking when we will get your song. Well, guess what? The time has come to play your song. Righty dokie. Let's jump in here. This is Eve's art, and we're going to take a look and a listen to this, and it is very cool. I've already taken a sneak peek. Let's come in and give this one a play here on Your Music Live.
Aberdeen by Avi Kaplan. There's a place that I used to go, given its name by the buffalo. Filled me up and eased my pain, wash my soul without the rain. Oh, Aberdeen, you've been calling to me to make my way back home, to that cool summer breeze and those old evergreens, the only place to rest my weary bones. Soon I will go and free my heart to that sage and stone beneath the stars, clear my mind and float my soul, to lay down all my sorrows.
Very cool indeed. I'm trying to, I don't have perfect pitch, but someone who does, tell me what that low note is. That's got to be down there in the C1 kind of range, right? Oh, very, very cool. Very nicely done. And don't underestimate the guitar playing too, because the reason that works so well is that if you take a look at the guitar, playing up there with the capo on your 7th fret, it just gives it that really nice balance and that combination of the two sounds. So really nicely done. Great stuff. And again, you never know what you're going to get here, right? We go from Josephine's tune to that one, and you're like, wow. Everything's there. And yeah, thank you for submitting. See, and thank you for being patient. That's the thing. I know some people come in here, they watch 10 minutes of this show, they spam the chat 14 times asking for their song, and then they leave. Other people submit a song 2 weeks ago now, and patiently wait until their tune is played, and that is going to get you places. That the level of patience is going to help you out, because you know what they say, it takes 10 years to become an overnight success. We're playing the long game here, people. Music is the long game. It is a marathon, not a sprint. So keep that in mind when you're out. I know what it's like. Yeah, we're an instant on culture. I get in trouble. People message me on Instagram. A quick aside here. People message me on Instagram and I don't respond to them. And then I put something on Instagram. I share a photo, and in my comments they're like, "Dude, check your DMs. I DM'd you." And I'm just like, "Okay, I will." Yeah, I check my messages on Instagram about once a week. I'll check my messages and get back to you. But again, I think the problems with the name, Instagram, I think everyone else has their phone, and every time it buzzes, they check it and they read it. And I'm like, I can't work like that. I can't multitask, and I can't get stuff done if I have constant interruptions. So the fact that I use pull instead of push kind of rubs people the wrong way, but that's the way it is. And as I've said before, as my patrons know, the only people that get a 24-hour turnaround are folks who are patrons of mine. So that is the core advantage. If you want access to Pete, patreon.com/Pete Johns. If you want me to help you out for free, I'll absolutely try to. But it may not be today. It may be a week, or it may be in 3 weeks' time, because, it's all a time thing, right? And I spend 2 hours doing this where I'm supporting a lot of people and playing a lot of music, as opposed to one-on-one consultations, which take up a lot of time and are obviously helping one person, but not helping the community. Speaking of the community, let's jump in and take a listen to Kenneth, who has a tune here saying, instrumental recorded on GarageBand in my very small home studio. It's not the size of your home studio, Ken, it's how you use it. So let's see what our friend Kenneth here has produced. We've got a SoundCloud link. Now it's Ken7neth. Is that it? Ken7neth? There you go. Soaring. Let's take a listen to this tune here live on Your Music Live. I know, right? Doctor and Mark, atmospheric and relaxing to the point where I'm just sitting here thinking about what I might have for lunch, where I might go for a walk today. Oh, I'm doing a live show, and feeling lazy, like, right? Boom, boom. Really, very, very cool. Nicely done. Nice chill vibe you can get lost in. And clearly I totally just got lost in it there, Kim. So yeah, I agree. A nice chill beat. And we've had some atmospheric stuff tonight. And I know it's cliche to say this. For those that have been around, what have we done? Like 30 of these now? Every week I learn something new. I become a fan of a new artist. And I'm impressed by the quality and variety of music that you folks are creating. It's great when, someone comes to me and they're like, I'm a singer-songwriter and I play acoustic guitar and I'm just like you, Pete. But then I was talking to Tom about this when I interviewed him yesterday on the Creator Series. It's even cooler when someone who's like, you know what, totally don't dig your music, Pete, but you helped me create this, and they play something completely left field. And I'm like, wow, that's really cool. Not something I could or would create, but I dig it because it means that there's so much variety in the world. All right, speaking of variety, let's go to our next tune. I made this song in Audacity, and I took my time and made a song about bees because I'm a bee. Now, is that is that a metaphor, or does that mean something that I don't know? I know what the bee word is, but no, it's actually all about bees. It's More Honey from the album Honey Pot. Okay, so it looks like we're adding a bee to our already menagerie, including a penguin. If you can have a penguin, why can't you have a bee? So let's have a look. This is the album Honey Pot, the song More Honey from I'm a Bee. It's maybe. Oh, there you go. It's maybe. Let's take a listen. I'm intrigued. I'm sure you are too. Let's go. That's so cool. Oh, I love it. Yeah, more honey, and then means more money, and then means more workers, which means more money. I think we can all relate to that. Every time people are like, "Oh, Pete, don't you want to get rich and famous and move into a big house so that you can employ a bunch of people and then spend all your money trying to upkeep your house and then lose all your money and then be poor again?" And it's like, no, I really don't. I want to help as many people as I can and be able to pay the bills and keep the lights on. But anyway, very cool song, very smooth, very nice. I think you should definitely go and check out more. I will be doing that. There you go, sweet and cool. Pour it on. Pour it on. Yeah, we've got folks. So Riker asked when we do the show. So we do it every week. We are here. We are here at midday if you're on the West Coast, Pacific time, 3 p.m. Eastern time, 8 p.m. if you're in London, Greenwich Mean Time, and 7 a.m. for my fellow Australians in Sydney, Melbourne, and Brisbane just do their own weird thing. In Adelaide, we're on the half hour. But anyway, that is your timing. And if you subscribe to the channel and join the mailing list, the easiest thing to do, in fact, is to go over to studiolivetoday.com. It is back up. Having a few dramas with my provider at the moment. I won't mention their name because they're still trying to fix it, but the website went down for several hours, which is not good. But yeah, if you go to studiolivetoday.com, join the mailing list, and then you'll get the weekly newsletter, which tells you when all the live shows will be. You can then set yourselves reminders. And of course, if you subscribe and do the little dingy belly dealy, then you'll be notified when we go live. But yeah, set your calendars because we're here every week, every Friday afternoon or evening or Saturday morning for those here in Australia. And if you have a song like Rachel does, all you need to do is go down to the description and you'll find the link, studiolivetoday.com/YML. And that's where you can submit your song. There you go, 1 p.m. in Tucson, Arizona. If you're in Tucson, 1 p.m. Put it in your calendar right now. More honey. I've just got that in my head now. I like it. I really dug it. I dug it. It was a buzzing track. All right, let's listen to Freezing Jesus because, again, a bit like Thomas Christ, when I hear a name like Freezing Jesus, I'm like, this is going to be interesting. This is going to be something different. So let's give this one a spin, shall we? What do they have to say about their track? Wait, I'll just stop SoundCloud. They say, this song is about the end of the world. Nature, things ceasing to be. It was recorded and mixed on an iPhone. I love some of the intros. I love what you folks write to me. It's like, that's just the coolest thing. It's like, this is about the end of the world, the end of existence. I recorded it in GarageBand on an iPhone. So cool. I'm sorry. All right. I told you I'd lose the plot. I told you as we reach the 2-hour mark, I kind of lose my mind. So let's come in here. Freezing Jesus with Lay Me Down on your Music Live. See, I turned down synth solos too. Love it. Yeah, the name of the band, Fungus Among Us, right? Now that's different in a good way. Yeah, someone said Flaming Lips and the Shins. Yeah, I think that's why I dig it. And you know what I really dig? You know what I really dig about that tune? It's really cool. It's got lots of good things going on there. But that bar of 2/4 time, did you hear that? Where it's like 4/4 4/4. and then it's got a bar of 2/4. The Beatles use that a lot. A lot of bands have used that. It's really effective because it just jolts you. I've said this before, but cool songs that really keep your attention are ones that you kind of don't know where they're going. And that one, you didn't know where it was going. The instrumentation changed up, the vocals, the lyrics were interesting. That just had it all going on, in my personal opinion. Yeah, a bit of a Bob Dylan kind of vibe. And the lyrics, yeah, didn't expect the lyrics. Yeah, very cool. Very nicely done. Cool. Nicely done. Cool tune. Like it. Dig it. Live it. Love it. Cool. All right. We've got time. We are going to go a bit over time here today because I do want to get a little dent in the tunes that we've got here. So we're going to get in here and play a few more songs, and we'll go with this one. Which says, the roots of this song are over 40 years old. I recorded it and updated it in GarageBand this summer with a lot of help from you. Very cool. The lyrics don't start till 1 minute 18. All right, so should we start it? Oh, see, I never know with these. When someone says the lyrics don't start till 1:18, but what if it's got a really killer intro? I don't know. We'll just play it from the start, and I'll give it 1 minute 30 so we can at least hear some of the lyrics, shall we? We'll bring it back to the start. This is Danny Martin and On the Beach, or An Old Hippie's Tears by Bogart. There you go. Let's take a listen to this one here on Your Music Live.
hasn't changed that much for me. What a stupid people we've become. Lord, have mercy on me.
Very nicely done indeed. And yeah, you will need to go and check it out for yourself. Yeah, dig it. Like the sound. Again, I love a good, nice, long guitar intro, right? Yeah, exactly. Bit Indigo Sunsets. Like I said, a track was a bit Cubie like. That one was a little bit Indigo Sunsets like, right? Love the chillaxing vibes. Reminds of the Eagles. Yeah, a little bit Eagles going on there. Reminds Gussie Wells. How are you, my friend? A bit of early Pink Floyd. Yeah, I dig it. I dig it a lot. Exactly. So many chilled tracks today. Awesome. That was super wide acoustic. Joe likes it as well. Very cool. Very nicely done. And like all the other tunes that we play here, that will be linked in the description. So at the end of the show is not over. You can actually go and check out the tunes that we've played here over on the website. Yeah, description. See, I told you, I lose the plot. I struggle. You know what? We haven't had another Zealand band in our lives, right? And Michael's been here all show, waiting patiently. So I'm gonna jump in. I'm gonna play a tune. I'm gonna play a tune from Michael, aka Zealand Band. And Michael is cool because he uses Slaps, and Slaps is the social media platform from our friends at DistroKid. And once again, thank you to DistroKid for sponsoring the show. We legit couldn't do it without them. I said legit, right? That was low-key cool. See what I did there? Like, comment, subscribe. We're going to come in and listen to this tune from Michael. It is called The New End. And the thing about Michael's tunes, Zealand Band, is you never really know what you're going to get. So this one's, well, there you go. Shout your approval. Actually, what did Michael say in his email to me? Shout your approval. A dance tune made with love. There you go. Enough said. Let's give it a spin here, Michael, aka Zealand Band, on Your Music Live. Another song that I just got lost in. I got lost in that one. Very cool. Yeah, spacey vibe. I feel like I'm in Istanbul. Sounds like you're hunting penguins. Don't tell Cubie that there's some penguin hunting. Yeah, got a mid-eastern vibe. Yeah. I'm with you, Bubba. I don't want to like it, but I do. I love it. Very, very cool. I'll wait for the sax. Hang on. Oh, it's back. It's gone again. The sax came in, but clearly I turned down sax as well as turning down that. Oh yeah, it does have that wobbly synth there. It does have a bit of a didgeridoo kind of sound. Yeah, right. I know, lost the sax solo. Yeah, oh god, I was going to go a week without talking about Crocodile Dundee and the fact that you folks in other parts of the world were completely lied to by advertising. We do not drink Fosters, and we do not throw shrimp anywhere, let alone on the Barbie. Mostly because we call them prawns. Yes. All right, we're just going to go over time. We're probably going to be 15 minutes over time here, so get ready for OT. It's hockey season after all, so we can have a little OT, can't we? Yes, let's see about some OT. I want to play some O'Neill and Jones because I played a tune from O'Neill and Jones a couple of weeks back. I think I originally heard them on the Hippie Show, Metalhead Hippies Show. But yeah, this is another tune that they've shared, and we're going to bring it up here. What do they have to say about it? All right, it's a YouTube video. The song's called No Excuse, and they have said, No Excuse is our new song about responsibility. And fun fact, this lyric video took a whole 40 hours to render. What amateurs? 40 hours. Oh, mate, I remember the rendering days. To be honest, it's why I use LumaFusion on my phone. The rendering on my phone is about put my torch on, about 17 times faster than anything I've ever rendered on my PC, just quietly. I used to use Premiere Pro on my PC, switched to iPhone. Editing, rendering time has gone to nothing. Oh no, yeah, I know, the Habs lost to the Leafs in overtime yesterday, speaking of hockey. All right, let's jump in and take a listen to this one. No Excuse from O'Neill and Jones. You're going to listen to it and watch it live here on Your Music Live. Let's do it.
If the sins were worn on the faces, Robert Downey Jr. looked like me. Cole ain't got no graces. He's been that way since '03. You got no excuse.
Beautiful stuff. Absolutely. Really nice song. I was lucky enough to catch the premiere of this one. Excellent. See, I gotta get on the ball. I don't have enough time. There's not enough time in the day. If I consumed all of the cool music that I wanted to, I wouldn't get any work done. I wouldn't be able to do shows like this one. Yes, very much. Very much so. Good stuff. Joe loves it. Patrick Chandler, very good production. Absolutely. Doing very well. Go the turtle or the tortoise. Damien R. Look who's back. Back again. Damien's back. We'd call you Damo. If you were here in Aussie, we'd call you Damo. How's it going, Damo? You want to come over for a carton? That's what I'd say. Damo. All right, let's jump into our next tune, shall we? I've got time for a few more here today, and we've got a cracking tune to finish up. Just between you and me, don't go anywhere. I know we're right at the 2-hour mark, but don't go anywhere because we're going to play a cracking tune to go out with here today. Yeah, see, that's a tease. In the business, we call that a tease because it hopefully means you're going to hang around and check out some more cool tunes between now and then. I reckon we can sneak 3 or 4 in, and then we'll give you our closer. Closer. All right. Let's jump in here. I think I just saw you in the chat, in fact, Michelle. So Michelle Krampitz has a very cool tune. I checked this one out yesterday, and I actually shared this with Jade. I was so impressed by this, I sent it through to Jade and said, how good is the stuff that we get on Your Music Live? Like, here's an example. This is what keeps me going when I get music like this. And Michelle says the following. I just started playing and recording on my own a few weeks ago. I'm learning to play, record, mix and master as I go. Couldn't have done it without your help. Well, that just makes me feel warm. Where? Down in the cockles. Let's take a listen to Michelle Krampitz with Zombie Girl, the official music video. And we'll take a listen and a look live here on Your Music Live. Such a captivating tune and video that you don't want to look away, right? Exactly, Kim. Mesmerized. It's mesmerizing. And like I said, I was trying to get the show ready yesterday and I started listening to that and I'm like, oh, I had to send it to Jade. I'm like, Jade, you watch this too. And then I can move on with my life and do things. But it was one of those things that you watch it the first time and you listen and then you have to share it, which is a testament to a very cool tune. And yes, it is the taiko drums in GarageBand. They sounded epic. Really well done. Yeah. For again, I know I say really well done for GarageBand, but that's the thing. You don't have to say good, well done for GarageBand. You just have to say well done because it really was. Yep. Great video. As Galzo was saying, the standard just inches ever upward, right? No pressure or anything, but Shebus, like people are crushing it. Yeah. Love it. Love it a lot. Alrighty, we'll sneak a few more songs here under the bar. And yeah, for those that are asking in the chat, no, I'm not going to play your song if you ask me a bunch of times in the chat. I've talked about it before, but patience is a virtue. It's a marathon, not a sprint. All those other cliches, but it would not be fair for me to just randomly jump out of order. People have submitted tracks for like the last 3 weeks and have been waiting for me to play their songs. I'm not going to just jump over and play someone's song just because they ask me a bunch of times in the chat. In fact, exactly the opposite. Okay, let's move on and find our next tune here from someone who has indeed submitted it and done the thing. We're going to grab this one here. This is from Jeff, and Jeff says, first off, I'm not a singer. This is my first song completely done on my iPad. It's all about being betrayed. Told you, it's a betrayal episode of Your Music Live. I've been using GarageBand for about a month. I know the production isn't the greatest, but I know I'll get better in time. Thank you, Pete, for all your help. No, thank you, Jeff, for your support and for sharing your tune, which we're about to play in just 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. And for those asking, yeah, when I say it makes me feel warm down in the cockles, it's like the cockles of your heart. And I know, we need a mug. Someone said you need a mug that says warm right down in the cockles or something like that. And I think that would be cool. I may have to create that and add it to the store. If you want to buy the Studio Live Today mug, though, they're only about $10, I think. And they're at studiolivetoday.com/merch, or just check the little shelf down below this video and you can support the channel and look cool at the same time. All right, let's jump over here. Take a listen to Jeff Brookman, who is playing a tune here. It is called Life in the Red, and we're going to listen to it live on Your Music Live.
You've been saying, I know what's in your head. You know games that you're playing. We know life in the red. Life in the red. You better open your eyes. That's what people say. They know lies that you're telling. They know it can be bad. You know secrets that you're keeping. We know life in the red.
Very good indeed. Carrots and cockles for the win, yes. Very nicely done. Very cool tune, Jeff. And, you know, that was great. I like the guitars, the drums, everything sat in there nicely. Because you mentioned the vocals, I'm like, they're good quality vocals. I mean, on the processing, I think you could probably, might have a little too much compression and volume in there, so maybe just bring it down into the mix and maybe dirty it up with something like the Rough Rider or a distortion plugin. Because for the grittiness of the guitar and the drums, it just needs more of that. Yeah, and again, that'll just come with time. Just keep pushing at it, keep doing your thing, and you'll continue to improve. And you've got it down. If you said you've been using GarageBand for a month and that's what you're producing, you are completely on the right track, and you are going to do great things. That's what it's all about. And getting the feedback that you get from folks here, sharing your music around. Join the Facebook group, by the way, for anyone who wants to get more detailed feedback or share things or learn from other folks. Go to createrecordrelease.com. That will take you to the Facebook group where you'll be able to connect with a whole bunch of awesome people like Tom Rochelle. Not Bubba, because Bubba don't tweet. Right, Bubba don't tweet. So that was the song last week. I listened to that again. It's so cool. We had a song. It wasn't by Bubba or about Bubba, but it was called Bubba Don't Tweet. And it's about a dude who is not into the social media stuff, so doesn't tweet. But there you go. Alrighty, let's continue on here. But yeah, thank you. By the way, thank you to the moderators who do keep things running nicely here and do an amazing job, because 98% of people are awesome. and come in here and are respectful and provide feedback and wait their turn and are patient and are just super, super cool dudes and dudettes. And then some people come in here and just want to spam the chat. So I know you don't have to do it very often, but for the times that you do, thank you. Thank you for being a friend. Alrighty, we got time for a couple more. Now, I've seen you hanging around Orchestra Eclipse, so I'm going to play one of your tunes. Let's bring this one up, shall we? And so Orchestra Eclipse does orchestral covers of well-known tunes, and this one is no exception. This is Star Wars Battle of the Heroes, an orchestral cover from Orchestra Eclipse. So why don't we give this one a spin here, right now, right here on Your Music Live. Very nice. Very cool. Nicely done. Go Orchestra. Very nice arrangement. I reckon you've got a future there in arranging and doing some cool things like that. Yeah, love me some Star Wars. That's one with Spock, yeah. And the what is it? The little gremlins that if you feed them after midnight, they turn into the bad ones. Yeah, I don't know my science fiction that well. I love me some science fiction, but I've just never got into the Star Wars side of things. I know I get in trouble. People don't like it. They're just like, but Pete, but Baby Yoda, and I'm like, don't know what that is. But the Mandalorian, how many times did you cry? I'm like, I don't know what that is. So I'm sorry. I'm just an old grumpy old man. All right, let's. We've got time for a couple more. We'll play one more tune, and then we'll have our closing tune to finish off the day. So why don't we grab this one from Kev? So Kev says, written and recorded by myself in tribute to my hometown of Morpeth in Northumberland, UK. Recorded at home in GarageBand, thanks to you, Pete. Well, thank you. Using a Samsung USB mic into an iPad. Video made in iMovie. You know that we're gonna love it when we get GarageBand, iMovie combo. I love hearing that people are creating with USB microphones in GarageBand, editing a video with iMovie. It just warms the cockles. So let's jump in and take a listen to this tune. It is Old Morpeth Town, a banjo and harmonica tune from our buddy Kev. Let's take a listen here on Your Music Live.
Got a park with a pool, river with some rowboats.
You know it, Doctor. Yeah, dig me some traditional music, and Morpethtown looks like a pretty nice place to go, right? Some nice imagery, some nice scenery there, something to keep you entertained and amused while you're listening to the cool tunes. There you go. Yeah, Frigsy, I was thinking of you because you're sharing some similar stuff, and as well as Joe Glenn. Yeah, some of the more traditional stuff, I really dig it. I think it's the British roots and Irish roots that I have, which I don't really have. But we did come from Cornwall, my family originally, but I'm like 7th generation. Yeah, feeling the swinging the beer vibes, right? You could just like have a pint and just be like, ooh, do, 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 do. It's just the great music for that. Song to drink to, absolutely. For those who are my patrons, you would have seen I did a quick sound and video check of this last night. So if you are if you are a patron, or if you want to see a bit of behind the scenes, a little bit more raw and edgy stuff, let's just say that I'd had a couple of beverages when I was checking before bed last night. So yeah, it explained why I do this show in the morning my time, not in my evenings, because yeah, if that were the case, I would not be able to stay on track. You think I'm a bit random and weird and get off track in the mornings? Yeah, you should take a listen to me doing the sound check last night. Alrighty, the time has come for our last tune, and we're going to go out with, it's fitting that we have Andy Goldsby's name, because Andy Goldsby and Stu Cash, I call him Stu Cash, his name is Stu Cash, I call him Stu Cash, they are together, they are the Indigo Sunsets, and they have released an album and a bunch of songs in the past. They're working on their second album. They released their album with our friends at District Kids, so they had a good experience releasing their album and getting it out there. So you can search Indigo Sunsets on any of your platforms and you will find their tunes. But we're going to go out tonight, and Stu did say play it from halfway through, but it's a cracking tune, and I'm going to play the whole thing just to give folks an opportunity. So we'll play this tune. If you want to say your goodbyes to each other, if you want to give your farewells and your shout outs and do your thing, do that while we play this tune. Right at the end, I will come and say goodbye and let you know what else is happening here over the weekend. But for now, take it away, Stu and Andy, the Indigo Sunsets with Insignificant, here on Your Music Live.
To walk the line, give me time to compromise, give me time, the choice is mine. Maybe soon you'll realize I'm insignificant. What you see is what you get. I'm more like all the rest, so you can take it or leave it. Take it or leave it. Time to compromise, give me time to walk the line, give me time, the choice is mine. Maybe soon you'll realize I'm insignificant. What you see is what you get. I'm more like all the rest, so you can take it or
Absolutely cracking tune from the boys at the Indigo Sunsets. I couldn't think of a better way to finish off the show than from that one. Yeah, thank you, Doctor. And if you want even more, the Metalhead Hippie has his live show going on right now. So if you haven't had enough live music for one day and you want to go and crack on with a little bit more, jump over and check out the Hippies show. Tell him Pete John sent you, and he'll probably say g'day to you. He's a groovy dude, and he does hours and hours of very much the same thing. So if you're looking for other ways to get your music played and to be part of a cool community, you can't really go past our friend the Metalhead Hippie. So jump home and over to his channel. So yeah, before you leave, what have we got going on this weekend? Well, of course, we have a home studio Q&A, so get those questions ready. The form is open for the questions, home studio Q&A. Just go to studiolivetoday.com/QA and you can submit your questions or jump in live in tomorrow's show. We've got a happy hour. I'm doing some 60s and 70s. Speaking of hippie, I'm doing some hippie rock, some 60s and 70s psychedelic rock and roll kind of sounds, which should be a whole lot of fun. And then, of course, GarageBand Weekly to round out the weekend. So plenty more coming up here on Studio Live Today. Head over to studiolivetoday.com. That's your one-stop shop for everything that you need. And as Bubba says, on your way out, if you wipe your feet, hit the thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. That would be just dandy. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for all of your kind words. If we didn't get your song snuck in this week, don't worry. We'll be back to do it all again next week. And we may even sneak in a midweek show if we can't catch up, because there's so many cool tunes here. So keep an eye on the channel. Make sure you're subscribed. Get on the mailing list. Do all those good things. And support our sponsor, DistroKid. I'll see you over on the Hippie Show shortly if you want some more music. Otherwise, catch you on Home Studio Q&A tomorrow. Until then, please be kind to yourselves. Be kind to others.